when you're doing bad. What the fuck you wanna hate when you're doing good? Ain't nobody give a fuck when you're doing bad.
Yeah. Back in your computer screens for episode 22. What's going on, everybody? Beyond the gloves and tape, I'm Rob on Combat. That's Josh Imola. You can follow us at Rob on Combat, at Josh Imola. Everywhere across the board. Welcome back. We took a break. Josh, how was Cuba, buddy?
Cuba was dope. The food sucked, I'm not gonna lie, but I drank very heavily for a week straight.
Josh got the Tim Dillon going on right now. Like, he really does. Like, he's got the tan, he's got even the hair, dude. Like, bro looking good out here. He's looking sharp, tanned
Folks,
up.
It's episode 22.
What a banger we got today. We got Owen Paquette live, special interview. It's going to be huge. One of the best amateurs in Canada today on the show. Big news for us.
One Canadian, man.
Yeah, amateur. I can't wait. I can't wait to talk to him, pick his brain. He's got Olympic aspirations, and we're going to find out all about him. What's up?
Ad time.
Not yet. Juliana Pena, gone. Amanda Nunes, back on top. The GOAT is back. Dominant. Absolute dominant.
Rematch in the works?
No way. I don't think so. She does. I don't. You got Usyk putting on lots of weight, looking huge. Can't wait for that fight. That's up next month. Wow. Saudi. Oh, dude.
Tyson Fury's done?
Done. For sure? Are we? For sure. Okay. Let's get in the ads. Josh loves winning money. We already know this. I love winning money. If you like winning money, head over right now to Charlie Cover Sports Advisor on Instagram. Hit him up in his inbox with the hashtag BTGAT for 30% off all pick packages. Let's go win some money together.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Owen Paquette. How are you, brother?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh, pretty good. Thanks for coming on, man. Really appreciate it. I know you're busy, taking time out. Dude, number one in Canada. That's got to feel good, right?
Oh, it feels amazing. Just proud to represent my country.
17 years old. I read today you're going to Hungary. Is that correct?
Yeah, I went to Hungary a couple months ago.
Oh, you went. Oh, sorry. That was a dated article, I guess. So how did that go?
Oh, it was good. Didn't get the win. It was the first international experience fighting the Hungarian national champion in Hungary. So didn't get the decision, but definitely an awesome experience to start my national team debut, and just looking forward to the up and coming events.
Well, you always say if you don't lose, you learn, right? It's like it just depends what you take from the losses. So.
Yeah,
dude.
Great learning experience. Awesome opponent. We had similar styles. He was a slick opponent, but I definitely would like to get him back in the future.
Awesome. So, like, what's your path? So, I know you want to go to the Olympics in 2024, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the goal right now. Like, I imagine that's all you're thinking about.
Yeah. We got to take it step by step. Have our short-term goals, and obviously our long-term goal of going to the Olympics. But step-by-step process. Just keep getting as much international experience as possible, and get on the podium as much as we can, and hope for the best with there, and just keeping my training consistent, and be the best I can be at all times.
Absolutely. Well, so you're on the Canadian national team right now, right? Mm-hmm. So when does qualifying start? Like, how does that process work? Just take us through that.
For the Olympics, so right now I'm on the youth national team because I'm only 17. So I have one more year being on the youth national team, and then I have to fight for my spot on the elite team. So that's
okay.
18, 19 and older. So right now it's just trying to get on the podium as much as I can as a youth, and build up my resume, and then I will most likely have to compete and try to take an elite position, and in one of their weight classes they'll have in the 2024 Olympics, and just working up towards that.
Awesome, man.
So, quick question for you. How much of an influence has your dad been when I know your dad played hockey professionally, and I think it's your uncle that played professionally too?
My uncle played in the OHL, and my dad played pro.
So how big of an influence of them making it in the sport that they love so much helped you make it in boxing? Like, does that give you some more motivation with your dad being pro and most of your family being an hockey athletically?
Oh, it's been huge. My I've been surrounded by excellence my whole life, and my dad has been the largest influence in my life, and I love following in his footsteps and trying to and aspire to be what he achieved. And him being a professional athlete, I've taken a lot of aspects from what he did, even though it was a different sport. Just things like visualization and simple things to make my game just as good, even though it's a different sport. And just him being a role model in and out of sports, and how I carry myself, and how I am as a person is huge. So yeah, a huge role model in my life, and yeah.
You lace the skates up every once in a while?
Oh, for sure. That's how I got into boxing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I started boxing for hockey conditioning. I was playing AAA hockey,
No way. That's
and yeah,
crazy.
I, if I didn't lace up the gloves, I'd probably be lacing up the skates right now. But
That's crazy, dude. So like, you literally fell in love with boxing by accident, pretty much. Is what you're
yeah, by
saying.
accident, my dad thought it'd be a good idea. I've had a lot of
That's
um,
amazing. That's amazing.
relatives that have boxed before, but he always, when he was training for when he was in and out of camp, he'd always do martial arts, and he thought it'd be great for my conditioning just to start boxing. And I started at 9, and I slowly just I fell in love with the sport right away, but slowly they started to conflict,
I don't know
and
who that is.
I had to
I don't
choose
know who
one,
that
and
is.
I chose lacing up the gloves. So.
Oh, right on.
Now, how's your relationship with Jackie Armour?
Uh, it's it's not bad. That's a tough one. We didn't end on the greatest terms, but uh, I feel like my decision was the best for my future. I hold no grudge with
Old
with my
trainer.
former coach, but I'd
Okay.
like to. I wish it would have ended differently, because he's um, I hold no grudge against him, but uh, some people may may take that, well, my decision differently. But I felt
So
like we properly. But
if you don't mind like going more into that, like, what kind of like or made you come to that decision that you needed to leave camps?
well, the problem was uh, lack of experience
Okay.
with um Jackie. I don't want to
All right, I get it.
talk bad about somebody, but my coach right now, he is a former Olympic coach, has been on the national through the national team process for the last,
So it was
I think.
just more in line with your goals, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't really have the resume, like um moving uh starting boxing was, he was great. He was just a local gym that I went into, and yeah, they treated me well, and kept me going, kept me moving, and got me fights. So I owe it, I owe it to them that they got me started with boxing. But
Okay,
in the
well,
end, make the move
let's
to
just
bring the sport.
backtrack a little here. So like, take me back to you're training for hockey, right?
Yeah,
And someone suggests boxing is a good for cardio, which is absolutely 100% true.
100%. Yeah.
So like, take me through like how does one like go from maybe having a future in hockey, AAA is like pretty good, right? To like transition into a whole different sport like that.
It slowly happened. Um, uh, it happened where, exactly what you said, just trying to do boxing for conditioning. But I instantly fell in love, and I slowly had my first fight, and then I was playing hockey at the same time, and I was just, they were both started conflicting, and and both I was equally good at the time, but I needed to make sure I was staying focused in both, and sometimes I'd miss hockey for boxing, and sometimes I'd miss boxing for hockey. So I didn't want to not commit to something, so I needed to make that decision
So you
at a
just
decent.
you chose to go all in on one instead of prioritizing the two and maybe seeing where it goes, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Well, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Well, so what's like training going? What's training like right now? So like, take me through your day to day.
Well, day to day, right now in the summer, I get up early in the morning, go to the gym with my brother, just trying to get stronger. Just like I said, I'm gonna have to be boxing older opponents in a couple years, so it's just building up that strength
Getting
and
ahead of the game. Yeah.
ready for that, and then I go do my running, so either sprints or my jogs, and then I go to the gym later that night, and I go through drills, footwork, sparring, and all the other things I have to do to make sure my boxing's sharp.
Right on. So, are you I imagine you're a fan of the sport, right?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
100%. Yeah. So, who you got? Usyk, Joshua. What did you
Usyk.
see in the first fight to piggyback on that? What did you see in the first fight to draw your conclusion of what's going to happen in the second fight?
One, I'm a huge Usyk fan, and Lomachenko. I
Me
love
too. Yeah.
their style of boxing, and they got that European style, and I've watched many of their amateur fights, and they carry it into the professional boxing. And I think Usyk, he's so slick with his boxing, and he's so technical that although Joshua is a little bit bigger than him, uh, I think Usyk's just so good at landing very technically and accurately that Joshua's not going to be able to follow, and he wobbled Joshua in the last fight, and at Usyk coming from cruiserweight and being able to wobble Joshua now that he's gaining a little bit of weight, I'm sure it'll end the same way, or maybe in a knockout.
It's funny you touch on cruiserweight because I imagine you haven't watched too much of Beyond the Gloves and Tape, but since probably the first episode, I've been saying, look out for Usyk. He's coming up from cruiserweight. He's the best cruiserweight of all times, and he's gonna make a splash in heavyweight. And that's exactly what happened since the Chisora knockout, and so on and so forth. That's crazy. You also touch on Lomachenko. I'm gonna go there too because love Lomo. I think he's probably positioned right there for a title shot now after his last couple wins.
Yeah.
But the guy that absolutely schooled him last is fighting tomorrow night. Who do you got? Do you think Teofimo comes back? Because like, if you remember, it was a huge scare for Teofimo. He almost died last time out. I'm personally intrigued. I want to hear your thoughts.
Oh, I think Teofimo will get back on his winning streak. Um, this time, I think this is obviously his opponent isn't a slouch, but I think he'll get a pretty easy win, and then get back to fighting either Devin Haney, Kambosa, Lomachenko.
Do you think Kambosos beats him without the health issues? I
What's
don't.
that?
Do you think Kambosos beats him the first time without the health issues?
I I think Lopez, the way Lopez fought Lomachenko, if he would have fought
So good, right?
similar, like just he was super accurate and fast the first time against Lomachenko. I think Kambosa.
Cut him off too right away. I noticed that. He gave him no space. He looked fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think and the way we just saw Devin Haney beat Kambosa, I think if Lopez comes in with the right game plan, then
There's a fight to make too, man. I'm huge on Devin Haney and I love Teofimo. That would be a fight, Matt. That would be a fight in heaven, I think.
yeah, yeah, I think so.
And then you got Lopez or Lomachenko right in the works again too. Like that division is right back on top in my opinion. Look out.
Yeah, I'd love to see Lomachenko without the injuries, and yeah, it seems like, well, even with the one with Lopez, he seemed like he waited the first 7 rounds to even throw a punch, which was upsetting because he's such a skilled boxer.
Now before I let you go here, I want to get we have a mutual friend, so I just want to get your thoughts. Zoltarani, I had no idea you were his friend. I had no idea you guys even knew each other.
Yeah.
And my buddy, we also have another mutual friend at the crew. I reached out to my buddy Sam, and yeah, here we are, dude. Like, it's crazy. So, yeah, I by accident found out that you're friends with Zolt too. I'm also friends with Zolt. Like, how do you see his career going in parallel to yours? Because he was also, if you remember, a huge amateur star. Went to Hungary, won national championship. He won a national championship here. Do you draw any comparisons to Zolt's game, to your game? What do you take from him?
100%. We have similar body types and similar styles. He's very long and fights long with his long reach and keep the distance.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I've been saying for a long time, and I 100% biased. He's the best 147er on the planet. I think everyone's going to be, and in the next 2 to 3 years, everyone's going to be catching up to me. What I'm saying, like me and Josh, we're singing his praises, and it's 100% accurate. I think Zolt's the next guy.
No, Zolt's amazing. I still remember him. I think that was the last time I saw him. Well, the last time I did a little bit of sparring with him was when I was 12 or 13, and awesome dude in and out of the ring, and
super humble.
Yeah. Super humble, and I think the future's obviously very bright, and it's and his record shows it, and I can't wait to see what's in store in the future for him.
Okay, so let's switch back to you before I let you go here. Everything goes perfect. You're Olympic gold medalist. Even let's just say you medal at the Olympics. Everything goes according to plan. What's next?
I think I would like to get another Olympic medal in. I'll still be young. I'll only be 19 at 2024. So I think.
So you're not in any rush to go pro at all. You see all these stars that they make their run at the Olympics. They get all the notoriety, and then they go pro. And then like Usyk and for example, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, all the similar paths. You don't want that. You want to be decorated, right? If I'm catching your drift.
I want a very good resume. If I'm going pro, I'm going to go for the right reasons and to go for all the belts. So
that's crazy, man.
That's why I'm doing something like Lomachenko or Ragundo coming in with 2-3 gold medals.
It's crazy.
Well, dude, we got to take that step by step.
That's the total right way to do it. I mean, like you see, like all these the NBA's been doing that for years. Like the longer you stay in college, the better shots you have in the NBA. And now but we don't see that in fighting. So this is kind of I'm taking a step back here. I mean, like you're telling me that you want to stay in the amateurs for another 4 years after that. That's awesome, dude. Like that.
Yeah, it's valuable.
What's wrong with more experience, right?
Yeah, valuable experience, 100%.
That's awesome, man. Well, dude, we really appreciate you. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
I really hope to hear from you again. You're always welcome on this show, brother.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks.
Good luck with everything going on, dude. We know you're going to do great things in boxing. I can't wait to hear from you again in the future.
Thank you.
Have a good one, bro.
Coming on, Owen.
You too. Thank you.
Wow. What an interview. Owen Paquette, ladies and gentlemen. That was awesome.
That was amazing.
That kid's going to be something special, dude. I'm telling you. But we got to switch gears now. We got to stay professional. You know, we're starstruck. We're back. Okay? We're back. Amanda Nunes, Juliana Pena. We still got so much to talk about, Josh.
Oh, we're just getting
We'll just get started, dude. Let's go. Okay? Amanda Nunes, Juliana Pena. Let's break it down. There's no rematch to be had. Okay? We got to be quick here. Done. Get it out. Why are we even here? Why are we having Amanda Juliana run back? We don't need a third fight.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think the first one, sorry, Juliana. Don't mean to disrespect you. You're great. Lucky. Dude, like, you caught Amanda in the right time, right place, and then she did the work, preparations. Go. That's it, right? Can we all agree on that? Amanda Nunes is the GOAT.
I can agree on that.
The GOAT, right? Like, there's no one else, like, the GOAT. Done. Even Valentina. She beat Valentina twice, Josh.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're talking about running that back. I'm cool with that. I'll tell you right now, I'd rather see a third Valentina fight than a Juliana Pena fight. 100%.
Really?
100%, yeah. 100%. But I thought the last fight was really razor close. That goes into it. I mean, like, you could make the argument Valentina beat her last time. You could.
All right, well, let's speed things up a little bit.
Where we going, Joshua AJ?
No, we'll stick with the UFC, but we got a big card coming up.
Yeah.
Aldo's back.
Yeah. Marab versus Aldo.
Yeah.
It's a fun fight. No one wants to fight Marab. You know, you always see Marab in the corners of Sterling and that camp. Mark Henry, dude, that's a great camp to be in. Like, great coach, great mind for the sport. Marab is one of the best at that division, and no one even knows it yet. I'm telling you right now, if he beats Jose Aldo, look out. But that's one thing to say, that if he beats Jose Aldo, it's another to do it, because Jose Aldo at 135 has looked absolutely insane. Losing to only Peter Yan? Come on, dude.
So, Luke Rockhold, Paulo Costa. Banging fight, I think, but
I do too. Give me, you know what? Give me Luke Rockhold, dude. Give me Luke Rockhold. Everything I'm seeing from Paulo Costa, I don't like at all. Give me Luke Rockhold right now, dude.
Because
I'm seeing all the weight issues. I'm seeing the ducks, the dives. He doesn't want to fight here, but he'll fight then. He doesn't want to fight now, but on my turn, nah. Fuck that. I think he knows that Luke Rockhold's going to take him down. I think he knows that his wrestling's not as great as he thinks it is. And if he doesn't land that big shot early, he's going to be in trouble, because he's known to have gas issues. So yeah, give me Luke Rockhold, bro.
Well,
Telling you right now.
I think the belt's going to change hands. This is for the belt, so I think it's going to change hands. Like, then humor me, Edwards Usman.
Oh, come on.
Well,
Well,
I thought the last fight was a gimme, and you went
Yeah,
way up north with that.
that's true. But okay. Why you got Edwards?
I don't have Edwards.
Oh, you want me to break down why Edwards beats Usman?
Are you picking Edwards?
Oh, no.
Okay, then
no.
we're on the same path here.
I got Usman.
I
Usman
think,
all day.
but I think Costa is going to wipe the floor with Luke Rockhold. I think he drops him within the first round. So saying Luke Rockhold wins, I think, like...
But there's a path to Luke Rockhold winning, right? I mean, we can all agree that Luke Rockhold is one of the best wrestlers at 185. Still, I mean, this is the guy.
I don't think he's taking down Costa.
But this is the guy that completely controlled Chris Weidman for 3 rounds, finished Chris Weidman on the ground in full mount. I mean, his chin's suspect, and yeah, if Paulo hits early, he's gone. That head's going into the 3rd row. I'm not disputing that. But
it's going to be a blast. I guarantee it.
But devil's advocate here. He's got really good wrestling, dude, and he's not just wrestling. He's got really good grappling. Like he can submit you. He will submit you. He can land vicious elbows and put you out. He will do that. He's done that. People forget how good Chris Weidman was, dude. They don't give him enough.
I realize how good Chris Weidman is, but Paulo Costa is going to knock out Luke Rockhold in the first round.
And you see,
I'm saying it right now.
Luke Rockhold
100%.
I don't know. Marvin pieced him up. Is Marvin that good, or is Luke Rockhold that bad? Because I think Marvin is a good top 10 guy, but I don't see him as a top 5 guy at all.
No, he's not top 5.
The fact that he's in the top 5 right now is crazy to me.
That shows you how weak that division is.
100%. Yeah.
Okay, now we'll switch to boxing.
Wait. Izzy Pereira is officially announced. You're not pumped?
Not really.
You're not excited. You're not taking the bait.
Okay, I'm gonna take a bite, but let me shoot you this one. I think Izzy is turning into what George St. Pierre ended his career as, the boring guy.
Yeah.
He's not as flashy as he once was. I think he's kind of thrown in cruise control, and he is that good though.
Okay.
I'm not saying he's not good. He's good, and he just knows it now to the point where he can throw it in cruise control, get through a fight with.
But that's the interesting part about this fight is like Alex Pereira. You can't do that because he is probably just as good, if not in the same stratosphere as Izzy in kickboxing. And that's why he can go on cruise control, because no one can touch him. I think Alex Pereira can touch him. I think Alex Pereira has the tools to actually put him out. He does. We've seen it, right? But I don't know.
But
that's a fun fight.
It is a really fun fight. At the same time, if Izzy comes out slouching the way he is,
he can get knocked out.
But at the same time, will we see the old Izzy?
I think we have to.
At this point, yeah, because if you don't come out, you get knocked out, like you said.
100%. I mean, like, this isn't a guy you can go on cruise. To your point, anyone else in that division 100% is not in the talks of being in the same stratosphere game-wise as Israel Adesanya standing up, whether it's boxing, kickboxing, whatever you have to bring to the table, you don't have it to match Izzy. Alex Pereira does. And the thing about Alex Pereira is he has a huge weakness that Izzy just doesn't have, and that's ground game. So, like, the one thing that could really hinder him and, like, easily lose this title, the one thing that could make him lose a fight very easily is he doesn't have in his game. So, like, this is crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like, you could easily take this guy down, keep him there, and grind out a decision. But Izzy can't do that. That's not what he does. He's a professional kickboxer turned MMA star. It's not like a wrestler coming into... You know what I mean?
Do you think he adapts that point to his game and kind of goes with it and sees if he can just dominate on the ground and just beat the shit out of him on the ground and grind it out?
I mean, you could, but, like, wouldn't they be on, like, the same starting line? So, like, in a race, right? Like, they'd be, like... He doesn't have a head start is what I'm saying. Like, they're both, like, equally playing field on the ground. So if he's, like, learning ground game in this camp, then he could just learn ground game as well. And theoretically, you could, if you roll with the right people, you could kind of axe that out and, like, make it a stand-up fight.
Or even to your point what you just said, I understand what you mean by the race is even. At this point, though, do you think that Izzy hasn't attempted ground game but practiced ground game because he is in UFC and he's going to have to deal with a grappler fighter where you might want to have that in the back of your arsenal to deal with?
100%.
You're not using it right now, but you already have it.
100%. But so does Alex Pereira.
But does he?
But does Izzy? So, like, this is all up in the air, right? Like,
yeah.
This is all we're just throwing spitballs at walls at this point.
With the spitball at the wall is the George St. Pierre comment that I made.
Yeah.
Is he turning into George St. Pierre? Yeah, I made the comment, but what if he turns it on in the next fight because he has to?
Yeah, exactly.
And
George can do that.
George could do that, but he never really.
Against Johnny Hendricks, he had to. You could see, like,
he didn't. Okay, we're not going there because we'll be here all fucking night. We're not talking about this stupid fight. Okay, George didn't win that fight.
Oh, come on.
George did not win the fight, and then he fucking retired.
Oh, he won that fight.
Going there.
He won that fight, bro. He won that fight. It was a razor close fight. I had it 3-2. 3-2 to George, but I had 3-2. Like, I had it 3-2. In the fifth round, it was, like, tied, and I was like, who's going to win this round? And George took him down. And I was like, okay, George won this round. So that's it. 3-2. That's still a hot topic.
Bullshit.
That's still a hot topic
that
around
still
here.
Fires me up.
These
man.
Canadians, bro. Like, I'm Canadian too, but, like, hey,
I was disappointed that fight. There's some money lost. I think that's why it's still a bitter pill to swallow. I think the whole world knew Johnny was going to win that fight.
I don't think
he should have won the fight.
The whole world, come on, bro.
The whole world was pissed.
George St. Pierre was the pound for pound GOAT at the time.
Fucking hell. I hate Johnny Hendricks, but
crazy. I hate Johnny Hendricks too. I think he's a cheater.
Yeah, he's a cheater now. But at the time, I in my gut, I love George St. Pierre. He's Canadian. I was cheering for him, but I bet against him because I knew Johnny would beat him. And when I fucking heard that decision, I almost cried, man. It was bullshit.
We can break it down quick if you want, because I can tell you why I think George won.
Well, I've heard all the stories of how George won this fight. And yeah, I seen it. You got to beat the champion, but
it's not just beating the champion. Like
he beat the shit out of him.
He cut off Hendricks. He put the pressure on Hendricks. Hendricks landed a lot of great shots and like hurt George.
He landed so many.
But in the clinch, I thought George was winning. I thought George put him up against the fence. He didn't land a takedown.
George had full control of Hendricks. Hendricks didn't have any control when they went to grappling. I agree.
Absolutely, and I think that's what won him the fight. If we're talking striking, I thought Hendricks had his number that night, but he didn't knock George down. People forget about that. There was no 10-8s in that fight at all.
There was no 10-8s.
There was no 10-8s.
All 10-9s, and
he would have had
3 close rounds, I think.
Yeah, so. and that's where it comes, right? Like, those 3 close rounds, it could go either way. And, like, the fact that he didn't knock George down or stumble George, that's kind of what puts it, like, makes the control and octagon control time and the putting him up against the fence and landing the knees and stuff. But that's what makes me give the round to George, in my opinion. But to your point, it was razor close. I'm not mad that people think Johnny Hendricks won that fight. I do think Johnny Hendricks put a hell. Let's just pause there, though. How does Johnny Hendricks have that performance against GSP? The 10 performances before GSP, the performances against Robbie Lawler, and then USADA comes in and he just sucks. Steroids, ladies and gentlemen, that is how. Don't ever forget that. Johnny Hendricks sucked after USADA came in. Why? Because he was poking. He was poking his ass.
All right.
Next.
Now, this was just in an interview by Usyk, because I just scrolling here. Usyk opened a freak fight again's Canelo.
I seen that. I literally seen that minutes before we went on air.
Jesus,
That's funny.
Murphy.
I think Canelo's crazy. But like, dude, that's a real thing though. Like Canelo did say that he wanted to go up to cruiserweight, and that's why he's saying that. He's basically saying that he'll drop down to cruiserweight. But after Canelo's last loss to Babanino, I don't think that's a fight to make now.
So I've got to bring this up because it's going to coincide with what I'm about to say.
Cool.
So, but we're about 12 hours old now of this news.
Okay.
And it's Tyson Fury retires on 34th birthday.
Yep.
I finally decided to walk away.
I don't believe you anymore, but like, I'm not mad. Is what I'm about to say.
6 hours ago,
Here we go.
Eddie Hearn. Joshua is coming for Fury after he knocks out Usyk.
I bet he is.
Do you think it would lure him out of retirement if Joshua wins?
I think
Because it's an easy fight and he can technically have all the titles.
every day lures him out of retirement. I think he wakes up every morning and he doesn't know what the fuck he is anymore. You know, am I retired? Am I going to the gym? What's going on? I think Tyson Fury has earned that right, though, if we're being honest. I think Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight on the planet today, 100%. Of this generation, 100%. Of this era, he is the best.
This is the Tyson of our generation, technically.
Yeah.
That idol figure.
More dominant, though. Like, he didn't lose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, this is the best. And he's earned the right. If he wants to come back, come back. If you want to stay retired, stay retired. If you want to flip-flop, that's up to your prerogative, bro. You're the world champ. You do what
I'll
you
still
want.
be buying the fights.
I'll still be buying your fights. I'm still a huge fan. I love Tyson Fury. If you want, Tyson Fury can do whatever he wants, and I'm gonna be a huge fan of whatever he does. If he wants to be a comedian, I'm gonna watch the set. If he wants to be an announcer, I'm gonna listen to the plays. You know what I mean? Like, there's whatever you want to do, dude. If he was a soccer announcer, I'd probably watch soccer. Okay? Like, that's I love this dude. You can do whatever he wants, man. Tyson Fury is the man, and I think he beats Joshua pretty handedly. I think he does to Joshua worse than what he did Deontay the second and third time.
Now, we have to talk about it because we're a combat show. The Jake Paul saga continues. What
Pussy.
on good God Green's earth is going on?
Don't let none of the fucking fugazi go, okay? Jake Paul doesn't want to fight Hassim. That's why this fight isn't happening. Jake Paul doesn't want to fight Andrew Tate. That's why that fight's not happening. Jake Paul wants to fight KSI for a reason, and he's already starting to duck out of that too. Okay? So, like, nah. I'm not buying it. I don't like it. I think he should have fought Tommy in London, and he didn't want to do that. And the only reason I'm saying that is Tommy Fury fucked that up completely. But if you're willing to go late notice to London to fight KSI, why wouldn't you go to London to fight Tommy? You know what I mean? I think he should have fought Tommy. I think he should have fought Hassim. I think he should fight a real boxer. I don't think we should even have to watch KSI. That's bugging the crap out of me lately, dude. Not cool. Not fan. Don't like it. I think Andrew Tate whips both the Paul brothers in one night. No, why no one talking about that? Where's the top G? Where's the top G, Josh? Urgh. Give me the top G. I want to watch him beat these guys up, all right? And then I want to hear his misogynistic views after. Give me all of that.
So it's looking like we talked about it with Owen. Like Teofimo Lopez says Ryan Garcia calling him out is a publicly stunt.
That's a fight, though.
Do you think it happens?
That's
it's
a
big
fight,
question.
though. That's a fight, though. You know what? We talked about this with Owen. That division is on fire. Both the divisions, like the lightweight and the featherweights, like they're like right back, like go hand in hand right now. Like Lomo's fucking coming back. Lightweight is booming, and I think Ryan Garcia fights Tank next. I think Ryan. Yep. I think.
Okay.
That's the fight to
wind
make.
wind it. Tank versus Garcia.
Yep.
If this happens, who the hell do you pick?
I think Ryan beats him, 100%.
You don't think he's gonna get a blow-up shot?
Well, look.
That's a midget Tyson.
Yeah, no, Tank's got the power. But you know what? Ryan's got the power too. And you know what? Ryan's got speed over him. And we seen Tank get absolutely beat last time before he landed that shot. Like, he was down 5 rounds on my card and the ringside card. Okay? Don't tell me none of that he's like this great boxer. He's like a mini Deontay at this point. Okay? So like, yeah, I do think Ryan beats him pretty handedly too, dude. And I don't even think it's a close fight.
Okay. Now, what you just described is Tank in a fucking nutshell, though. He's still young.
Yeah.
Okay? He's still got to learn the rhythm. But at the same time, he lost 5 rounds.
Easily.
Easily. Did not
flinch. Like, he looked great.
He did not lose that power. He didn't lose the step. He didn't lose the urge to kill. He didn't lose anything. Right. He didn't 100%. Fold. Like, he hit him with a shot, put him to sleep, and
Tank has the tools to be a better boxer than what he is. And until he loses to a guy like Ryan Garcia, to a guy like Haney, to someone that's clearly just better than him at boxing, he won't make those adjustments. And that's a sad fact, dude. That is true. Like, he won't.
It is, but okay, but now let's look at both lanes. Let's look at both lanes here of this road. What if he hits him with a power shot and Garcia goes to sleep?
Because that's always a possibility.
And that's boxing too, right?
Yeah, that's always 100%. And especially, even more so with a guy like Tank. Like, he could. I'm saying I think that if I had to put money on the line, which I probably will, Ryan Garcia is my bet. I think he does it easily too.
Okay,
but
so that's your bet. This would be mine. I think it's an uppercut.
Yeah, he can knock him out.
I really do think it's an uppercut because Ryan's so big.
Yeah.
He's so much bigger than Tank would be.
He's so fast.
And he's so fast.
His footwork is just on point, dude. I don't know, man.
Do you think if he works fast enough and outworks the jabs, do you think Garcia can knock Davis out and like?
Yep. Did you he's got power. Ryan has more power than Haney, and this is a guy that's a fight I want to see. Because they both have similar styles, in my opinion. They're both boxing, great boxers.
Okay, then this is another good question. Then would Devin Haney and Tank, who would you pick?
Devin Haney, all day long, twice on Sundays.
You do not like Tank.
I do like Tank. I do. I'm not high on him.
Yeah, you're not high on him.
I'm just not high on him because he doesn't have the skills. From what I've seen, his last 3 fights, he hasn't had the skills. Like, he's been beat his last 3 fights until he landed the punch.
Okay.
That's not like a great boxer, bro. Look at how far the Deontay. That only gets you so far until you reach the top. Look, that's what happened to Deontay. He reached the top of the mountain, got to Tyson. You can't beat him.
All right. So then I have to ask you this one because let's see if it's 3 for 3. Lopez versus Tank. Teofimo Lopez versus Gervonta Tank Davis. Who are you picking? Because this is.
I gotta go Lopez. Yeah.
I really think Tank in all 3 of those fights.
I think Tank needs a loss, man, to really correct. Or I think he needs Adam Mayweather. Is the problem. That's what the problem is. I think Tank needs to be in a place where Tank's the top dog. Okay, he needs to be in a place where it's all about Tank Davis. Okay, right now he's in a place where it's all about Floyd Mayweather. It's not good enough. I think Tank has a lot of untapped skill. I think he has a lot of untapped potential. I think he's one of the best boxers in lightweight right now. But those 3 guys are amazing. And let's throw in a 4th. I think Lomo beats him too, Josh. Okay? Lomachenko is right up there.
Wow.
But that's not a slouch on Tank because those 4 guys are amazing. Those 4 guys are the 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, and they trade places any given Sunday. You know, Ryan, maybe not right now because he doesn't have any hardware, but Ryan's great. People think that people don't give him enough credit. That kid, I don't think. Look at the speed, look at the footwork, look at the power. Look at the size of Tank. Look how tall he is, dude. You don't think that's gonna hinder him?
Not really, but at the same time, is.
Just the eye test from what I've seen.
Is the fight that Tank just had against Romero? That was Romero, right?
Yeah.
If the last fight they had against Romero is the last,
and Romero's
is the last low fight he takes, and now he goes for higher.
He has to, I think.
Higher competition.
Is this for him going against higher competition? Is this do or die? Because if he loses these fights that you're thinking he's going to lose...
No, I don't think it's do or die at all. I think he could lose all 4 of those fights back to back and he'd still be a star. I think he's still undefeated.
Really, though?
I think he's still undefeated, and I don't think he gets blown out in any of those fights, except for maybe like Lee or guys that are bad matchups. Like I think Ryan Garcia is a horrible matchup for him.
Yeah, so I'm saying like if he goes up against, for example, his next fight, Garcia.
Okay. I think he loses.
If he gets this, if this fight goes through, because De La Hoya is pushing for it.
Mm.
If it goes through, Tank loses badly, which I think it'd be badly if it's the way you're sounding it, because I think Devante's got the one-shot power, but I do agree with you. He does fight like Deontay Wilder a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if he loses against Garcia, what would be next? Because you can't get you're not going to fight Devin Haney. That's not going to happen. They'll not make that fight.
So, like,
you're not fighting Teofimo.
I throw Lomachenko in that.
Okay, and you said Lomachenko would beat him.
I do.
So,
but
if he loses those 2 fights, you're not going to be able to fight Devin Haney, Lopez.
I'll tell you right now, I like his shots against Lomachenko better than like a bad matchup against like like Ryan Garcia or like someone taller than him. I think Devin Haney takes him out though. I think Devin Haney beats all of those. I think Devin Haney is the bar, right? I think that's the bar of the division. That's the guy. The number 1, no debate.
All right, folks.
It's been a great show. We're going to probably talk a lot more about that division. Garcia and hopefully Davis will be done in 2 weeks' time, and we'll be able to talk about it on episode 23. But what a banging episode. We had Owen on.
Yeah,
we talked UFC.
We got a double drop. Because
we'll be dropping 21 tonight.
21 tonight. Oh, tonight?
We'll be dropping 21 tonight. And
banger,
that
baby.
Will be August 12th. So if you're watching this in previous videos, it's probably already out there. Go check the channel.
Oh yeah, we're in the future right now, dude.
Yeah,
I'm in the Matrix, bro.
We're in the future.
Yeah,
this won't be up for
I'm
a little
Keanu right now, and I'm like, watch it, enjoy it.
And maybe you know what? Maybe I'll leave this out there. We'll put 22 up tomorrow.
Oh. Okay.
And we'll have a double drop, like you said. We'll put 21 up tonight, and we'll put 22 tomorrow. You got 2 episodes to watch in 2 days.
Bro, we're on fire. Let's go.
We're out.
Thank you for coming by. We'll see you next 2 weeks.